So if you haven't been playing The Division this week for some reason, you might have been playing Hitman, who've just released, which has just come out with their new episodic version of the game, rather than doing a full game now. That seems to be the trend, I think, with a lot of the developers. And I think for a game like Hitman, where it's sort of based on what levels you're doing, it does make quite a bit of sense to do it that way. So the new Hitman, I think the new Hitman's just called Hitman as well, which is like, I don't know why they just called it Hitman, because all the other ones had like a bit of a
soft reboot. They're trying to rebrand the franchise. They're trying to, because basically Blood Money was such a big like game, so popular, such a cult classic now. Absolution came out and it was that classic like Hollywood thing where people were like, oh, it's too like mainstream and like tidied up, I don't like it. So I think they're kind of going like, oh, this is like, it's like Tomb Raider 2013. They're like, you just bring it back, you just put the name out. It's like, oh, I'm the new one, which is ridiculous because it's the same engine as Absolution, so it's not really a reboot.
And Tomb Raider did it as well. In 2013, they released Tomb Raider after having like a million ones before it. And Star Wars Battlefront as well, just Star Wars Battlefront, like the first game.
Yeah, not even 3, which is weird though, because that's the one time where it's like you want to cash in on the fact that you're part of that series. Like Battlefront 2 is massive.
I feel
Hitman is also known as Hitman 6 by some people.
I've got 9 Hitmans in front of me.
There's like 6 main titles, I think.
I got Codename 47, Silent Assassin, Contracts, Blood Money, Sniper Challenge, Absolution, Go, Sniper, and then this one.
Well, Go's a mobile game. Sniper Challenge is a mini game that's part of Hitman Absolution. So those two don't count.
Why did I get this? You can't rely on Wikipedia anymore for anything, can you?
No, the main games of Codename 47.
I was going to say, they are technically games, but they're not part of like the main series.
The main Hitman games were 6.
Yeah, I know the Sniper game you got as a pre-order bonus for Absolution.
Okay. And
then you could buy it separate later.
Yeah, okay. I guess my list is fairly, whatever. It's going to be a bit annoying for historians in the future, because, when you're trying to, put something in chronological order and then they just remove all the second titles, that's going to be a bit confusing. But
I like how your opinion of historians in the future is, let's look at the Hitman series.
No, but so what comes first? Hitman? No, that's last. Oh. Man, I don't know. So, Jack, you've been playing Hitman this week quite a bit. Or a bit, haven't you? What are your sort of, first impressions?
The thing is, is I'm kind of against the episodic way they've released it. Yeah. The way I play games, as the Division will tell you, is that if I like it, I snort it like it is the best powder on this planet. Like, I just inhale it. I just sit there, just railing it. And people are like, Jack, stop, you're hurting yourself. And I go, fuck you. I'm doing this, and I don't give a shit what anyone thinks. And then it gets not even enjoyable anymore, and I'm just doing it because I'm doing it. And so with Hitman, I feel like I just got my teeth into it, and then it's like, catch you in a couple of months, baby. And it's like, oh, so that's it for now. Like, the Hitman games come out and it's 2 levels, split into bits, but essentially in the tutorial there's 2 fully fleshed out areas. It's amazing what I played. I loved Absolution's graphics. I loved the accessibility of Absolution, like the way moving to cover's really smooth.
Yeah.
The movement's really smooth, because I feel like Blood Money was a bit clunky with the movement and stuff. And it's got that Blood Money free roam. There's all this different stuff going on that you can interact with, but it just feels like you're just so aware that you're not playing a full game. You're just playing one level, and it's like, oh, but do our special challenges. It's like, but the way I've always played a Hitman is I play through the story, then I go back and fucking spam the missions and stuff. And
yeah,
I don't know, how many games can you say that, single player games that you've played, stopped playing, picked up a few months later, played it, and then done that over and over again? I find with single player games, you sort of play them for a month to 3 months, whatever, depending on how good it is, then it just disappears.
But I'm a bit different. I'm a massive fan of the Telltale games. which are obviously all episodic games. So the fact that Hitman's episodic doesn't really bother me too much.
I don't know if that's
I'm
a
just
fair
like, well,
comparison, though, is it? Like, you're talking about a narrative sort of like point and click style game almost versus like a AAA title.
Surely then that would mean that the narrative one you kind of want to be more, because I don't know if it's like when
Well, no, because
get
narrative
like a book or something, they don't.
Yeah, but TV shows are the most popular form of narrative at the moment, and yeah, they're designed around cliffhangers and stuff, whereas games have historically been complete experiences, start to finish. You pay for your game, you get it. And like with Telltale, I agree, it's cool. I think it works for them, but for a game like Hitman, that's one that you're supposed to sort of become part of the world and explore it. It seems like what I'm hoping, right, though, is that what you're saying is true, that it will work for it and that they will actually have time to develop decent levels. I just feel a bit stung that there's not a full Hitman there, and I don't know if my attention span is going to be enough come a few months down the line to get back into like a... It's like with Telltale games, you can just jump in, can't you? You can just like play it. You don't have to like learn the ways. Like whereas Hitman, you have to really get into like the gameplay mechanics and stuff. But I know what you mean.
But I guess it depends on how like simple, in a way, simple the controls are for Hitman. Now, obviously, you've played it, so I haven't yet. But it's one of those. I guess it depends on if the controls are very easy to pick up. This is how you do it. You can learn them in a minute, 2 minutes. Then it's not probably too much of a problem to put it down, pick it back up 3 or 4 weeks later. If it is like one of those games where, like, I've been playing Division with the Xbox controller. If I put that down for 2-3 months and picked it back up, I'd literally have to learn the entire key map again. I mean, I even have to Google where some of the buttons were on the controller.
Can we jump back to your Telltale point as well? So in a sense, that works as an episodic game, similar to how you see Hitman working. Yeah.
So what Telltale normally do is each of their like games is a five chapters, and on their release date you'll get chapter 1, and then normally 4 to 6 weeks later, chapter 2 will come out. 4 to 6 weeks after that, chapter 3 will come out, and it's sort of over the course of half a year to a year, you get the full game.
Yeah.
And then obviously at the end of that, you can get sort of at the end, you do get everything at once.
Yeah.
But so yeah, from what I understand from Hitman, it's very similar. Like you can buy the full game out front. They give you chapter 1 effectively, and I think it's like 4 weeks time. The next mission's released.
Yeah, no, that's right. You can buy, I think it's like a tenner just for the current levels at the moment, and then you can buy the full game. So it is literally the exact same model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting with replayability because, like playing another level. I mean, I guess it's similar to DLC, isn't it? It sort of seems like to me like they've sort of seen the Call of Duty model and like the model now where it's like, oh, we play online and we only release 4 maps and everyone plays those maps millions of times over and over again. And everyone's happy with that. And it seems like they try to maybe apply that logic to like a single player campaign as they release it. Like I think like Jack said, whether that works with the narrative, having to play something and wait for so long for each level, I think that might be a bit disjointed for other people. But again, if people are willing to go back to it, I mean, I don't know if I'd see myself playing the same level over and over and over again until I had probably completed the game once at least. Then again, I'm not even the kind of person that will go back after I completed a game once and seen the ending. I won't.
Well, that's the thing. I'm the kind of person who does play the levels over and over again.
Yeah.
But if I've only got one level, fuck that. Like, I want to go play Paris and then, like, do something new in that and be like, cool, that was fun. I want to jump over to, like, another level now. Whereas at the moment, it's like, oh, cool, I've done Paris. Oh, I'll do Paris again. Oh, Paris.
Yeah, I do. I do think maybe it should have been released with maybe 2 or 3 levels to begin with, and then additional missions after that if we're going to do it episodically. At least then there is
more appealing to me,
a bit of variety to it. I think just for the one episode, although I can understand the strategy of it, is a bit like it would have been nice to maybe have Paris and then chapter 2. At least then you can do a couple of Paris missions, you can do a couple of chapter 2 missions, you can then go back and do one of the challenges in Paris. And you've got that variety for 4 weeks until chapter 3 comes out. But then the theory behind it as well is hopefully it should mean the additional chapters are very good because you've not got Ubisoft rushing the game out. They've got
Square Enix.
a month to build a new level. Is it Square Enix?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Ubisoft. Am I being? Wow. Okay, I'm being slow today apparently. Yeah. So you've got a month to build the level effectively. So it should mean they're a lot better.
Well, that's going to be the interesting thing, isn't it? Is when the next levels come out, they better be fucking good. Basically, like they better be really complex, really detailed, like really different from each other.
I think you
can. And honestly, from what I've played so far of Hitman, the new one, I will be amazed if they don't disappoint people with the final product.
It's already getting mixed reviews on Steam already. It's not like overwhelmingly positive either. So, but it's £10 and it's one level. So, yeah,
it's just so hard to judge at this stage. It's like it's like being given a chip and then being asked how the meal was. You're like, I don't fucking know. All I know is that I wanted more than a chip.
It's a bit. It's.
They're like, how was the chip? And you're like, well, the chip's pretty good. Yeah. They're like, so is the game good? And you're like, this is weird. I don't know what's going on.
I need more of a.
I want
a
bit of burger, maybe. They're like, nah, you can get burger in a few minutes. But I've given you money now. We don't give a shit.
So, to get, I know I've got my banner below us which says Hitman is saying your game too difficult, which you haven't really touched on yet. So we touched on this quick. So this was a problem that was raised on Reddit only a day ago. And I think it's not necessarily a problem, but it's a bit of an annoyance feature about it. And basically, it tends to do with how the game saves and how you work online with it. So if I open up this. So the Reddit Hitman thing says, no challenge progression if you play in offline mode, this guy is saying. This is posted on the Hitman's subreddit. It says, as the server issues are highlighting the problem right now, I figured I'd make this post. If you're playing the game offline, you can't complete challenges, so you won't be able to unlock any new weapons, gadgets, entry points, etc. to use during the level. I was level 11 before the server went down. I lost all of the unlocks and I'm back to a generic starting gear. It's unacceptable and we should be able to retain all the unlocks we earned during the online mode for offline use. So Jack, you play it. Does the saving work in Hitman? Is it a bit weird or a bit different?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it wipes your progress as such, but I've had the same issue where I was playing it online, then the servers went down. What that meant was not that my progress had been wiped, I just couldn't access it till the server's back on, and I had to make a new save game that was offline.
Okay.
So when I was offline, I could load up my save games and it'd have the challenges and shit there. But I couldn't play the online stuff. I haven't tried to play, to go back and see if my progress still existed from then, because I have not actually really encountered this issue apart from literally that one evening. But it's weird, it doesn't make sense, but my guess would be it's something to do with the fact they've got all this online leaderboard stuff. But that doesn't really come into single player. But at the end of the day is that you can play the game and it's offline, and I know people hate that we live in this DRM world, but at the end of the day, if you can play the product and you can still progress and save your progression, as far as I'm aware, you can.
Yeah.
Don't think is a problem. It is an annoyance, but there's been a lot of chat about how, it's DRM and they're locking us down and they're taking our rights, and it's like, well, it's not actually the case here. You can play your game that you bought, well, some of it, but I don't know if other people are having more serious issues with it. I did
a bit of an intense Google the other day to check out this, and it only popped up yesterday that people have been complaining about this, and as I mentioned it to you, I think, and you said, oh yeah, there was a thing with it. IO Entertainment actually haven't had a chance to respond or do anything yet, and it was raised on a Saturday, so IO Interactive. It's not IO Entertainment, isn't it?
Is it?
I don't know. You're on the correction rampage.
Google. Pretty sure I'm correct.
IO Entertainment. Oh, well.
Uh-oh.
We're not doing well with names today, guys.
Look, I've been staring at these names for weeks now.
IO Entertainment. I think they're a different company. Where am I copying this stuff from?
You need to check your sources, my friend.
No, they're definitely. I've googled IO Entertainment, and all I see is like CGI concepts for fucking Spectre that came out ages ago. Yeah, that's all right.
I mean, Io's a moon around Jupiter, I believe, so it's not like a unique name.
Wait. No, I'm still wrong. Sorry. Okay.
Just a little bit of knowledge for the stream there. Is it Jupiter's moon? I can't remember.
Oh, IO Entertainment's owned by Pinewood. That makes sense. All right.
Yes, it is Jupiter's moon.
Cool.
Today people have learned new lessons.
Is IO Entertainment the publisher?
No, Square Enix is the publisher. IO Interactive is the developer.
All right, okay. I'll have to send a correction article to Wikipedia. Right. Man, I need to fact check more. It's not everything.
You could just ask me, as you know.
Well, I just assume what I read on the
games.
internet is true, like everyone does, I'm sure.
That's true. Why would someone do that? Just go on the internet and lie.
I don't know.